You're good. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. We'll bring this meeting of KDA to order, and we'll start things off with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We're going to start things off with elections of KDA.
Mr. Chair, we have for chairman and a vice chair?
Correct. Chairman and vice chair, yep. Chair.
Vice chair. He's vice.
You're the vice chair now, or are you chair this year?
Vice chair. So he's going to chair. So Jason and then you're vice chair.
Okay, so this is for chair, this one or vice chair?
Both.
Both of them.
Put it Wade in charge of vice.
Just put him in one way.
Both on one.
Yeah. Just put both on one.
Good thing you keep track of it. Keep track of it.
Secret ballot, so make sure it's well hidden.
I was playing cards with my kids, we didn't have no idea. You can see their cards.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I think that. Thank you.
Someone plow your driveway?
Yeah, I got a neighbor that comes down and loves it. Good. So he hadn't been here.
Like we have a unanimous vote for Jason Shovelin to be chair and Wade Pavlik to be vice chair.
Congratulations.
Good job, guys. Good campaign.
Superb campaigning.
And so then I guess we'll have Jason take over the meeting for the KDA.
Yep.
Welcome everybody to the Koochiching Development Authority agenda for Tuesday, January 14th, 2020. KDA business today is to approve the agenda.
Move agenda, Mr. Chair.
Second.
Move Commissioner McBride, second by Commissioner Pavlik. Any questions or additions or ask for the question? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Approve the minutes from December 3rd, 2019 meeting.
Move.
Moved by Commissioner Scully,
Second.
by Commissioner McBride. Any questions on the minutes? Ask for the question. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Approve the December paid invoice vendor report.
Mr. Chair, I will move on that.
So we have a couple of things there. Commissioner Ady moved. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Pavlik. Any questions on the invoice? If not, all those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Carried. Approve the December financial report. Jenny's going to go through that. There's a little bit of a change here on the totals and stuff. So
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The only change is the difference. There's a wrong total for the differences. The actual differences in revenues received are $30,615. That's a difference in what was budgeted versus actual revenues that we received. And the only difference in the expenditures is the total difference in expenditures is we were over by $945. Not that 6401, and but the total amount is correct, the $29,670. So we had a gain of fund balance of that amount. So the fund balance as of 12/31/2018 was $273,918. The year-end fund balance as of December 31st is $303,588,000. The recap cut project is complete, so we will not be seeing that in 2020.
Good. Amen.
Thank you, Jenny.
Move on to financial.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner McBride, second by Commissioner Pavlik, to accept the December financial report. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Review the 2020 KDA budget. Jenny again, if you please.
Yes, this is the budget that was approved with the regular county budget. We're anticipating, well, we actually received revenues of the IRRB grant of $170,005, and October of 2019, we used that number as our target number for revenues for 2020. That's what's in our fund balance for use for the following year. We'll again receive some promotional funds from the tax forfeited trust fund. There's a small amount of dividend from MCIT and then some interest based on our fund balance. The operations are the board per diem, general insurance, and our audit fee. And then we have some funds that are projects and appropriations, $50,000 to the KCDA, $22,500 to International Falls, the City of International Falls, the City of Rainier, Little Fork, Big Falls, and North Home all receive funding as well. We are partners with the Joint Powers Agreement on the Voyageurs National Park Clean Waters Board. There's an annual cost with that. We are using $30,000 from airport funds to help reduce the general revenue funds for the cost of operations of the airport. And we have $25,000 in miscellaneous projects. Those have actually already been assigned. There's going to be $5,000 that's going to be going to ARDC for that, is it the Highway 53 trail? And then $20,000 to the nursing program. Those will be split between the nursing program between their fiscal year, so they'll have one disbursement in January and one disbursement in June. So there's really no funds available there's nothing that's not accounted for in the KDA budget, so everything has been already designated to a specific source. So that equals total revenue of $209,000, total expenditures of $219,000. We'll be using $10,000 of budget reserves for in 2020.
Thank you, Jenny. Any questions on the 2020 KDA budget?
Move to approve the budget
Move to
for
approve.
2020.
To approve by Commissioner McBride,
Second.
second by Commissioner Skoye. Any other questions or comments?
Yeah, I just want, Wayne, hear anything from our bog people?
Yeah, I can bring that up now. Last fall, they did go in, put a bunch more sand on the road to build it up. And so they have got a road pretty much all the way to the back. They're going to have to secure some gravel to put on there to finish the project. But if you can get a hold of them, let me know. I called them a couple times the other day and left messages. And
When we hooked up with those guys, we were all young, and now they're old, and still nothing's been accomplished, and I'm old. So
Yeah. But
it's been almost, it's got to be 27 years.
they've got a huge area cleared. And when I talked to him last summer, he said we're 100% that we're going to be doing something out there, but they're going to have to do some more site prep. I don't think they're going to be able to, I mean, they're not going to be able to start moving the peat, but they've got a lot of land cleared. They've been doing stuff, but believe me, it's
All right, thank you.
yeah. So like I said, they did probably put another quarter mile of road in out there.
Very good. Any other questions or comments? If not, all those in favor? Opposed? That's carried. Motion carries. Item 6, approve first half 2020 KDA appropriations. And I'm going to go off this sheet here, can I?
Yes.
Right here?
Actually, you've got another sheet right past that.
Right behind it? Okay.
Nope, it looks like this.
Let's see it.
Nope.
Budget.
I'll give you my copy.
I apologize. I'm missing.
There it is. Got it.
You just got to go a couple more pages this way.
Oh, I got 2 more. Oh, okay.
There you go, right there. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Yep.
So, you can see item 6, approve first half 2020 KDA appropriations. They are for the Falls International Airport operations. First half allocation of $15,000. The KCDA first half allocation of $25,000. The RRCC nursing program first half allocation of $10,000. And then there's the city grants. International Falls first half appropriation is $11,250 allocation. Excuse me. Rainier allocation for the first half is $56,6650. Allocation for Little Fork is $67.50. Allocation for Big Falls is $56.66.50. For North Home is $56.67, and City of Big Falls LMC is $3,500 for a grand total first half allocation of $88,500. Looking for a motion to approve.
Move.
Moved by Commissioner Skoye.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Ady. Any questions? Comments? I'll ask for the question. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Have you any other business or reports?
We have the one, Mr. Chairman, with the funding request. So,
Okay.
other than that, I don't
Hey, Matt.
have anything. Commissioner, we have the $2,500 request from the Voyager National Park Clean Water Joint Powers Board for $2,500, and that would be contingent on St. Louis County also approving and matching that, correct? Matt and Wade, you?
Yeah, so, yeah, they're asking for $2,500 to just carry a balance, so if they can pay for ordinary expenses as they come up, and St. Louis County would match that same amount, so there'd be a total in the joint powers account of $5,000 for ordinary expenses.
I'll know what they did. I'll know what they're doing tomorrow because we're going to have a meeting.
That's correct. Yeah. So the request is for $2,500 from Koochiching County, which will be the same amount that St. Louis County will be putting in. The Voyagers National Park Clean Waters Joint Powers Agreement was made in 2009, and it renews annually until it's terminated by either party. Since that time, the group has obtained millions of dollars of funding for various wastewater projects in Koochiching County and St. Louis County throughout the shared watershed that includes Voyagers National Park. The two counties have worked together really well, and it's resulted in support for projects from state and federal legislators and agencies, and so we've gotten a lot of positive results because of that joint powers.
The project we're doing right now, Island View, would not have happened without this partnership and their contributions. So it's been a good partnership. It's the only way we're able to get money is if we got bigger than one county.
That's correct. Doing joint projects like that are,
So especially those of you that are younger and may be here a while these projects continue, we're now focused on Captogama, Ash River, and Crane Lake, and so we'll be doing projects there. So this pays for the board functions, but that project funding, that goes separately, and then each county is responsible. So it's been a real good. It's amazing what we've accomplished.
it really is. And facilities, they're doing a facility plan, or they're doing a plan to encompass other areas, so they haven't looked at a total plan for the whole watershed. And so I know at our next meeting, the Joint Powers has hired SEH to do a facility plan to look at different areas that need solutions to their sewer problems, right? And so...
And our interest, of course, is we're at the bottom of that watershed, so it's all coming here.
That's correct. And there are areas within our watershed, or within our area, and within our county that need help too. Yes, we've done Jackfish, and now we're doing Island View sewer project, but there's other areas throughout our county that could benefit from this joint powers agreement, and so we hope to include some of those in their planning. So,
Well, thank you, Matt. And can we get a motion to approve that?
Do we have one?
One second.
Commissioner Pavlik, seconded by Commissioner Ely. Any other questions or comments? If not, ask for the question. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And we're officially adjourned.
Well,
But you
I
guys
have one,
something?
I have one thing. I was at the Big Falls City Council last night, and they are rebidding for the campgrounds. They were working on it. They've had some changes with the archaeologists, and had to move some buildings, and I think now that it's pretty much wrapped up, and they're going to open or submit for bids in the next week or so here.
Good.
I see Dale's brother, Carol, and I see him. We'll be seeing him Thursday in Duluth. And he was telling us when they were kids, in that particular place where their house is,
Yeah.
which became the park now, always found all kinds of Indian artifacts
Yeah,
there. It had to
yeah.
have been a big camping ground because of the run there at the waterfalls,
Yeah.
long before civilization got there. And pretty amazing, some of the things they found over their lifetime living there. And they said there's still stuff over there.
Yeah, and they went through, and like I said, there's so much real fine stuff in there, but they pretty much got the approval, and they had to move some buildings to avoid doing digging and things, but I think it's all done for the...
Yeah, it's a beautiful spot.
Thank you, Wayne. Anything else? We'll adjourn the meeting. Thank you.
All right, with that, I will call the Koochiching County Board to order. Order business. First business meeting of 2020 would be to elect a chairman and a vice chair. So at that point, we have our ballot, so we would move that forward. Kevin, geez.
We have a unanimous vote for Kevin Adey as board chair and Jason Schoblum as vice chair.
Mr. Chair, I'd just like to say thank the board and administration for my year as board chair. We had a very, very good year, and I didn't lose any more hair. Good luck, Chairman.
Thank you, Brian.
Thank you. Okay, first meeting of the year for 2020. First item on the agenda is to approve the agenda with any additions?
One addition.
There's the approved employment separation of Green Macadon as the county tech.
She is retired.
Okay. Effective February 14th and authorized filling vacant position.
I move that addition.
Okay, I've got a motion by
Second.
Brian, second by Wayne, to approve adding that to the agenda. And all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion's carried. Okay. Okay, county business. Approve, oh, okay. Any other additions or deletions? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion's carried. Approved minutes from December 17th, regular meeting.
Mr. Chair.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Schoblom, second by Commissioner Skoye. Discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Financial business.
We got nobody to pay the bills.
Yeah. Well,
I guess I'm just sitting
I think our vice is pretty good at that, so.
I will move, Mr. Chair, to ratify the 2018 year-end payments under the board motion from 12/11/2018.
Okay.
And if I could do that separately, that would be
Yep.
okay.
Got a motion by Commissioner Schoblom to ratify the year-end payments.
Second.
Got a second by Commissioner,
What's his name?
Commissioner Bryan.
The former?
Okay, any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion's carried. Review December summarized payment listing.
Move, Mr. Chair.
Got a motion by Commissioner Schoblom,
Second.
second by Commissioner Skoye. Discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Right, other payments.
Mr. Chair, I'll move on the December payroll and DCH payments. And we'll approve courthouse claims, highway claims. So D, F, and G.
I would second those.
You mean C, F, and G?
Excuse me, C, F, and G.
C, F, G, yes.
Okay. Okay. Got a motion by Commissioner Schoblom, second by Commissioner McBride. Discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Approved warrant voids.
I'll move on that, Mr. Chair.
Got a motion by Wade,
I'll second such.
second by Wayne. Discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Adopt resolution accepting donation.
I'll move.
Got a motion by Commissioner Skoye,
Second, Mr. Chair.
second by Commissioner Schoblom. And the donation was for the veterans.
There's actually two donations, but they're separate board motions. This one, I think that we're looking at right now is Well, we can do them in one board motion, I guess. This one is for the Bog Walk, the Polar Ski Club. That's a private entity, so it comes in as a donation. So they did their matching share of the 25% grant. So in the amount of $13,194.35.
That's it?
Yes.
What was the other?
What was the second one? Wasn't that?
There's another donation that's going to be later in business under the Veteran
Under
Service.
veterans.
Okay,
so-
under veterans, okay.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, do I have a motion on that?
You do.
Yeah, I moved.
Sure.
Okay. Any further discussion? Any, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Let's see. There's still budget allocations we gotta do yet, right?
Yes, there are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mr. Chair, I would move on the budget allocations for first half.
Got a motion by Commissioner McBride.
I won't go through all the totals, but that's Arrowhead Library, Borderland Humane, Citizens for Bacchus, County Fair Northam, District Fair Little Fork, Drug Court, Falls Airport Capital Project, Falls Airport Operations, Historical Society, Falls Library, KCC TV, Northam Book, and SWDC. Those would be the first half allocations. And Jen, you notice anything under 5,000 is paid in full?
I think it's just more
Good
efficient to do
business?
it that way.
Okay,
If
all right.
they're under 5,000, and I know we talked about this in management meeting, but I do have the capital projects for the airport in there as well.
Okay.
Okay, do I have a second?
Second, Mr. Chair.
Second by Commissioner Schobel. Any further discussion?
I think it's for notice that would be a total of $401,877.50.
Okay, thank you.
You can sign that check.
Yeah. So I'll be the one to blame, right?
Yep.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Human resource business. Good morning.
I got a list here today.
Yeah. Notice of 2020 temp hires.
We have, we're doing it for our VSO drivers as well as our transport drivers for sheriff.
Okay, on the VSO drivers, I got a correction on that. It lists James. It says Rudolph, I think, in the
Okay.
list. It should be Randolph.
Oh, I can make that. Ms. Randolph.
Good catch. Yep.
Thank you.
James Randolph, yes.
Yeah.
So that's just a notice, so we don't need any
Yep,
motion.
great.
Thank you, sir.
And approve IS technician position description.
Yes. Through Personnel Committee, we've met with myself and Jackie to develop a position description for the full-time IS technician position she's looking to fill. So I have that there for you, as well as the recommended banding from Bjorkland.
Do I have a motion?
Being part of the personnel committee, I will move on it.
Got a motion by Commissioner McBride,
Second, Mr. Chair.
second by Commissioner Schobel. Any discussion?
Chair. Now that has to be posted countywide employees?
Yes.
And then at that
It's a
point,
non-union
it's a
position.
non-union position?
Yes.
Okay, so we go up. Okay, thank
Okay.
you.
Yep, okay, so we can go extra.
So first, we're approving, Mr. Chair, I'm sorry.
Yep.
First, we're going to approve the position description, and then we're going to approve filling the
The
position.
vacancy.
Yep. So my
Okay.
motion was to approve the job description.
Yes.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion's carried. Request authorization to fill the IS technician position.
So move.
Motion by Commissioner McBride,
Second.
second by Commissioner Skoye. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Approve employment separation of part-time deputy.
Yes, this would be for Kaylin Schneider, I believe.
Kalen Schneider.
What's that?
Kaylin Schneider?
Okay.
Yep.
Motion by Commissioner Pavlik,
Second, Mr. Chair.
second by Commissioner Schoblum. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
Is he moving on to greener pastures?
I think he's relocating.
Oh,
I believe.
okay.
I think.
Approve employment separation of temporary highway maintenance supervisor.
I would move, Mr. Chair, to approve that for Mr. Walt Buller.
I will second it, Mr. Chair. Wait for discussion. I've got to wait there.
Okay, I've got a motion by Commissioner
Yeah.
McBride, second by Commissioner Pavlik. Any discussion?
If I could, I really think we need to send a letter from this board thanking Walt Buller for stepping in here and taking care of business. Without
Yeah.
him, we'd have had a very difficult time.
Yep.
And Walt's done a great job, and I'd sure like to see a letter from this board and signed by the chair and on behalf of all of us telling him thank you.
I agree with you 100%. For sure.
So
Is that part of your motion?
maybe I can, could we?
Part of my motion, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll accept your amendment.
Thank you.
We've got a motion then by Commissioner McBride and second by Commissioner Pavlik, approving the separation and to send, very big thank you, so. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Approve employment separation of eligibility worker and fill vacant position.
Yes, we have another retirement in
That's
Human
for-
Services.
That's for Cindy.
For Cindy Griffith's story.
Yep.
Yep.
You want to do that in two
We can
motions?
do that in one motion.
You want to do it one?
Yep, we can
Okay, I
do
would
that.
approve the separation of eligibility worker and authorization to fill vacant position.
Second, Mr. Chair.
Okay, I've got a motion by Commissioner McBride, second by Commissioner Schoblum. Discussion?
Mr. Chair,
Uh-huh.
and just like we just did, I'd like to thank Cindy for her many years of service to the county and wish her the best, so.
Do you know offhand how many years she had in?
I don't, but it's good. It's a good chunk of time.
Yeah, I know she's got
I don't
a
know
lot
what
of
it is
time
off the top of my
so-
head, but
Yeah.
Her sister Renee has much longer.
Yep.
what's her sister?
Yeah, that's her sister.
I did not know
Yep.
that.
So they've both been a big contributor here.
Absolutely.
Okay, do I have a motion on that?
You have
Yep.
McBride and Schoblum.
Okay. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Approve E911 correction officer employment status change.
Yes, so this one is a bit of a unique situation. We have someone that's relocating, but she plans on filling in when she's in town. So what we'd like to do is do a 30-day employment break for PARA purposes, and then we would reinstate her on that part-time status, and then we'd also need to fill the full-time vacancy.
Okay. I have a motion.
Second.
Motion?
Or motion.
Okay.
Yep, second.
And that's to approve the separation and to fill it? Okay.
Yep.
And that's okay with you too, Brian?
Yep, everything is in on
Okay.
the,
We need the position, I assume.
yeah.
I'm sorry?
We need the position.
Oh, yes.
Yes, we do. I think we already have some folks lined up that
All
want
right.
to sign for it, so.
Okay. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Set 2020 mileage reimbursement rate.
Do we need to do the addition?
You want to do the addition?
Yes, we do. We should probably put that addition right there, the employment separation of Doreen, if that's okay with
Okay,
Mr. Chair.
yep. Sorry.
We got a lot of personnel issues here today, but if I could, I'm willing to make this motion, but here's another employee.
Another long-term one.
Oh, and she gone above and beyond so many times
Yes.
in that office. I can't even tell you. And what a loyal and hardworking employee. I mean,
She'll be missed.
we have a great workforce here, there's no question about it. But Doreen, she really deserves credit for keeping things going there.
Yep.
So anyway, my motion would be to approve. But,
Yeah. And you approve?
yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
I'll second.
Okay, I've got a motion by Commissioner Pavlik, second by Commissioner McBride, to approve the separation and to fill it.
To fill vacancy.
Yep.
Yep.
And again, send them a
Yeah,
thank
and
you.
Mr. Chair, and I believe we should also thank Cindy
To
for her
Cindy,
years of
yep,
service too,
yep.
from the board.
Yep.
Include that too, so.
Yeah.
If we could do those three, it would be,
I have to.
Okay.
all right,
I
thank
was going to
you.
bring that up, so.
Maybe Matt can get her down here on her last day.
You know, Doreen's been around for 26 years, and she's been through several directors. Is very dedicated, very detail-oriented. She'll be greatly missed, you know, in the function that, you know, she provides to the county. She's a great county employee, and I certainly have appreciated all of her experience and knowledge. That knowledge base from experience is a huge asset. So, you know, I have mixed feelings about her leaving. It's great that she's able to, but
You were hoping that we wouldn't approve it, right?
I always tell no, I mean, I always tell all the employees there that, gosh, don't rush that retirement. I'd like you to hear. So she's been great. So anyways, I just wanted to say something about that. So
Yeah.
Thanks, Matt.
Thank you.
Let her know too, will you, how we feel. Thank you, Matt.
Okay, we've got a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion is carried.
You see, these last two started now and have retired while I've
Thanks,
been
John.
here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh,
I must be
Did
getting
Cindy
it.
start? Well, since you've been here?
So we won't.
Renee
I don't
started
think so.
before.
Okay.
I have to make another call still, so.
Great employees.
Okay, set 2020 mileage reimbursement rate.
Good.
That's just going on the IRS.
And the IRS rate.
Okay, move.
Got a motion by Commissioner Skoye, second by Commissioner Schobel. And that's 57.
I'm sorry, I
57
missed
and a
that.
half.
Skoye and Chobel?
57 and a half. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is that an increase?
Decrease of a half a cent.
Decrease.
Oh.
Yep.
Interesting.
Half a penny.
Yep. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Hey.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Award 2020 county publication bid.
Mr. Chair, I'd move and just ask administration, is that the only bid we got, or?
That was the only bid that we received,
Okay.
and it's within that 5% limit by state statute that the increase can
Yep.
go up.
All right.
But along with this, awarding this bid, we'd like to continue to publish in the Bear Country Chronicles the county board meeting minutes summary, the first printing of the delinquent tax list, the summary county financial statement, and the annual county budget.
That would be included in my motion.
Okay,
I'll second.
And that's out of North Home, right?
that's correct.
Okay. Okay, I've got a motion and a second. Any further discussion?
We used to, or if I could, Mr. Chair, we used to include information in the Cook paper, whatever it was, because that's the only place, that's where Orr and the people in Silverdale get their information. There aren't a lot of people left in Silverdale, so it's probably not necessary, but I think we can, I certainly support what's going on here, but if I hear anything during the year that they're not getting the information, maybe we can look at it next year again.
Okay.
So,
If there's something that comes up in the Silverdale area,
We can make
we can maybe make an
a
exception.
special publication. for
Yes,
it.
and Mr. Chair, what we used to do was send all of our minutes to the Christensen store down in Silverdale, and they'd post those minutes there. Now that that's closed, we're still trying to find sort of another location to post those minutes.
We need Jason or Wayne to buy that place and run it, and then we can get our stuff, information.
Why would you look at me?
Well, you're kind of close in the back way.
In the backwards way, yeah. Yeah. There is something too, I don't know. I should have checked and see if the Ripple's still active.
It's not.
It's
The one
not?
no, we switched from the Ripple to the Bear Country Chronicles when they.
Switched owners.
I think they closed, but maybe they're back up again, and I just haven't been made aware of it.
I'll check on that, I don't know what.
Okay.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Review 2020 county committee appointments. And that, you've all got a copy, at least on your computer, or Wade has one.
I have one.
But anyhow, just take a look at those, and at the next meeting, we'll have a discussion on it.
Mr. Chair, if I could, and there's been the request from Environmental Service Director to be appointed to these boards, and I would move Matt to be included on these boards.
Okay.
They all match what he's doing, so he should be sitting there at least as a member or as an alternate on those boards. So
Okay.
I would move to have him added to those committees.
Okay, I've got a motion by Commissioner McBride to add Matt as a
He's on.
designee or
He's
an
on these.
alternate.
He's pretty much on, but he wants to be formed.
Yeah. Do I have a second?
Second.
Got a second by Commissioner Pavlik. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Okay, and we'll have a discussion on our appointments in a couple of weeks when we meet again. Acknowledge MCIT certificates of excellence awards.
Yes, MCIT, Minnesota Counties Intergovernmental Trust, awarded the Koochiching County Certificate of Excellence for outstanding experience in workers' compensation. We had an experience modification, which is under 2%, under 1% for plan years 2016 to 2018. And the second one is for the loss ratio under 50%, and that's actually for the KDA. I should have put that in the KDA ordinance, but in recognition of that for the KDA.
Something like that, could we maybe send out an email to employees
Sure.
making that recognition? Because I think it's hard work of all the employees on the workman's comp, especially, you know, that it shows that we've got a safe place, you know, and safe employees. So I think they all kind of deserve a attaboy, you know, and that. So
County board's kind of a scary place, but the rest of the counties.
exactly. We don't need any motion on that, right?
No, it was just acknowledgement.
Yep. Adopt resolution to renew annual agreement of enrolling part-time deputies in PURA and P&S plans.
Mr. Chair, I would move on that. I believe this is an annual resolution that we need to do, and it's that time of year, so I would move to adopt that annual agreement.
Okay, I've got a motion by Commissioner McBride,
All seconds.
second by Commissioner Skoye. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion is carried. I think I just saw something on the news this morning that any part-time employee now is going to be
be able to get on the para?
I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, I think I just saw it on the news this morning, and I think it was authorized in December.
Okay, I'll have to check that out. I'll have to ask Sherry.
Yeah. And we already passed that, right? Called all in favor?
I have it written down that we did, but sometimes I write it down before we make that.
I asked for all in favor, right? I didn't, okay. All in favor on that?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Thank you. Auditor treasurer business. I know I saw him come walking in
He's
here.
over there.
He's there.
I think this is the first time we've done this, but we're designating our depository institutions and
You want to have a seat, Tom? You want to have a seat?
Yep.
As soon as you sit down, your IQ is guaranteed to drop. We've proven it.
Oh, I can't drop too much more. So our depository institutions currently and in the future, I'm thinking our Bremer here in the town, True Star, Deerwood of North Home, Border State Bank, and Multi-Bank of Southfield, Michigan. So, and that's where we've had our money for several years. And it was an auditor recommendation that we make sure that we designate those in the first meeting of the year. So that's what we're doing.
So are we getting good returns?
Well, you know, the interest rates, Wade, are very modest. You know, I mean, if we get 2% on a CD, we're lucky.
Yeah.
And sometimes they're callable, so they'll call them and we'll move them over to another 3-month callable at 2%. So,
I remember when we used to get high interest rates and we funded projects with them.
10 and 12%.
Yeah, we have a few older ones that are, you know, a little bit better, but, you know, they're out there for 5 years, so.
So you need a motion?
Yeah.
Move.
Got a motion by Commissioner Pavlik.
Second.
Got a second by Commissioner Skoye. And, all right. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion is carried. Adopt resolution supporting the Polar Polars Ski Club grant application. Got a motion by Commissioner Skoye, second by Commissioner Pavlik. Discussion.
Mr. Chair, if, just reading yesterday that cross-country skiing and grant and aid trails are in serious trouble because the skiers are supposed to buy a license to ski on those trails, and
They're not doing
the
it.
revenues have dropped to the point where the DNR is thinking about not grooming trails. They don't have the money.
Right.
So, I mean, if you're a cross-country skier and you're skiing on those trails, I mean, the DNR's been ticketing people.
Really?
So,
Well,
but I don't think that this is a grant that just, we're pass-through on this, I believe.
Right, yes, we're the fiscal agent.
Yeah, with fiscal agent form? All right.
do I have a motion on that?
You have a Skoye and Pavlik and no vote yet.
Okay. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion's carried.
Next time.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Tom. Sheriff business. I see both of our boys in brown here. Tan or whatever color you
They
want.
must
Kind of a silver tan.
They must want something when they come in with reinforcements there.
Yeah, really, both of them sure.
You wait until next board meeting.
Then we need you for protection.
Approved scope of work and service agreement with Paramount Planning.
And I think I sent it out. Everyone should have a copy of it. We had, this is with Paramount Planning, we Had a smaller grant with them. It was $5,000. That was successful. We got reimbursed for that. And the board actually approved the overall grant at a previous board meeting. Now this is just the service agreement with Paramount Planning to execute that agreement. It's a reimbursable grant. We'll pay up front and then get reimbursed from the state as we go.
Well, you made the motion to approve it last year, so that's a good deal.
Well, must have been. I didn't recall hearing any complaints.
I've got it right here in writing.
And there should be an attached all the meetings and trainings that we'll have.
It's all moved, Mr. Chair.
Okay, I've got a motion by Commissioner Pavlik to approve. Do I have a second?
Second, Mr. Chairman.
Second by Commissioner Schoblom. Any further discussion?
Your name stuck right out there.
So it's a good thing, right?
Yeah.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Award low bid for purchase of 4 squad trucks, including the trade-in of 4 used squad trucks.
When it was a low bid, it was the only bid. I did try to get a second bid from a dealership that has the state bid down in Barnesville, but they failed to get it in on time, so we do have one bid.
We don't have the state pool that does that anymore, huh? Didn't they used to have another program where you could buy through the state or something?
Well, this is a state bid process
Okay.
with this dealership in Barnesville, but they didn't get it in time, so we have one low bid.
And we're doing 4 because we weren't able to.
Correct.
Last year, yeah.
Didn't do anything last year.
Yep.
All right. I'd vote, Mr. Chair.
Okay, I've got a motion by Commissioner Pavlik.
Second.
Second by Commissioner McBride. Just a quick question I have. Do you guys ever look at doing all-wheel drive cars?
Yes, in the past I've looked at that, and with the way Dodge is running their program right now, or Ram, I should say, is no one else can touch the price. So in this bid here, for example, we're getting so much money back on our trade-ins. On the 4 trade-ins total, we're getting $47,000 back, and these are 100,000-mile trucks.
Yeah.
And the new trucks are coming in at right about 29,100 and some change. So, you know, you talk about doing a deal for 4 trucks with trade-in for only $69,732
Yeah.
for 4 brand new trucks.
Yep.
I just haven't found anything cheaper.
Yeah, trucks definitely hold their values, so.
The used truck market is really hot right now,
Yep.
and again, with the discount that we get, it's just
Mine's still sitting on the lot over there.
it's the only way to go.
Mr. Chair, you know, and you know, like John said, that it's hard to get another bid, but our local dealer here, Worley's, has always been, they've either met or beat the state bids just about every time. So,
Been top notch, yeah.
and to go to, you know, the Ford, what's the Ford? Is it
The Interceptors, the
Interceptors,
SUV, yeah.
or the General Motors one. You start talking $35,000 to $40,000.
And we just, from the past, running SUVs and cars, you don't get, and the city still runs SUV, and they're not getting nearly the return. And of course, we need the ability to haul things as well. So
Yep.
yeah, I mean, like John said, we just haven't found anything that comes close.
Yeah. You know, the reason I asked is there's a few cars out there that make all-wheel drives, and you know your mileage, of course, is increased. You know, and you guys put on a lot more miles than what the city does. So.
Yeah, and I've read a lot of articles in like different fleet magazines, and your mileage, it's not that much difference, to be honest. If it was just straight highway mileage, yes, but there's a lot of idling that goes into it.
Yep.
Let's face it, a morning like this morning,
Yeah.
I don't care if it's all-wheel drive or not, that sedan's not going to go down some of these county roads that are plowed yet.
Yeah.
Another drawback to the all-wheel drives also is that typically, knock on wood, we don't seem to not have a ton of tire issues. But when we have a tire that goes bad, let's say 10,000 miles into that set of tires, you have to replace all 4 tires.
Wow.
You know, we still have a very healthy supply of tires that we've secured with some grant money, and we basically replace as needed. So that's another thing that I looked at as well.
Yep. Okay.
Mr. Chair, one more question, John. When we missed the deal on getting 2 and 2, are you going to try to run 2 of these 1 year longer at the end to break off that? Or?
We're just going to really have to see how this all shakes out, because this is it really has shaken up a rotation essentially of squads. But then again, another factor of that is just some squads are shared, some are not. Some deputies put on a lot more miles than other deputies, just because of their location in the county. So what we'll just basically do is we try to just manage it the best we can, and we'll have to take a look at this probably towards the end of this year to see where all these are at on mileage, because there was nothing we could do about it last year, not getting these 2 trucks, but it did kind of throw a big monkey wrench into our rotation, but we'll figure it out.
Okay. All right. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion's carried.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Do you have that grant to sign, or do you got the original?
Veteran Service Office business. Jen's gonna, yep.
This is for. Okay, so this is the one you need signed, yeah. Do we want to sign it right now? That'd be great if we could. And we were gonna just cross Brian's name off of there.
We can do the same with the letters, the VSO too? Or should we just leave it on?
I can redo the letters.
Well, that's up to, if he's okay with it.
If he's okay.
What's that?
Yeah.
But when we get to the VSO, discuss
Oh,
it.
okay.
Yep, I see that. We could just cross it off and just say who the elected board chair.
Just the one signature?
Yeah, just.
Okay.
What's snowing anyway?
How much have we got?
I don't know, it's quite a bit.
All right, sorry about that.
No, Rosie was out shoveling this morning. Sidewalk.
It was pretty light snow, actually.
Yeah.
There was no real moisture.
Okay,
Right?
I'm ready. Thank you.
Okay, Veteran Service Office business.
So, the Veteran Service Officer, Mark Lassard, is on vacation, and he asked me just to review his request. I received an email from AMC about some letter of support. Mark went ahead and filled out this survey on it, and then thought it would be prudent to have the county issue a letter of support to the National Association of Counties and the County Veteran Service Office. It's a bill that's been co-sponsored, which is a commitment to veteran support and outreach, to expand community-based outreach that will help veterans access services to improve their health and wellness and prevent suicides.
Authorized chair's signature. There's a motion, Mr. Chair, on behalf of the board.
Got a motion by Commissioner Pavlik.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Skoye. Discussion.
Is that with the 2 letters too, to the senators?
Yes, one is to Amy Klobuchar and one is to Tina Smith, so,
And
yeah.
Kevin, right now, and she did these before, so she has my name on it. If you want, she can redo those.
Yeah, we should probably have them.
I'll reprint those,
All right.
absolutely. Yeah,
Rather than having it crossed off on.
exactly.
Yeah.
Big black line to run?
Any further discussion?
Just so we got someone's signature on there.
Yep. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Adopt resolution accepting donations.
Mr. Chair, the VSO had 3 donations. One was from Mr. Rudd for money that he would like set aside for the new veterans van. The VFW Post also donated $1,000, and there was a $300 donation for the from First Lutheran Church. And there is included in your packet a thank you letter to Mr. Rudd, and I will follow up with Mr. Massard to make sure that there's also thank you notes sent to the other 2 donors.
Move to accept.
Thank you. Motion by Commissioner McBride,
Second.
second by Commissioner Pavlik. Discussion.
That was a pretty large donation. I mean, that
Yeah.
really
Pretty nice.
needs to be thanked.
Pretty nice, yep.
That's wonderful.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion's carried. Let's see. Land and forestry business. Morning, Nathan. Good morning. How are you?
Good, how about you guys?
All right. Yeah, please. Thank you. Authorize revision process of the long-range plan for the management of Koochiching County tax forfeited land and forest resources.
That's a mouthful.
Sure is.
So this is, just seeking approval to start that process. You know, we had the recap in the committee of the whole meeting a few weeks ago, so this is just seeking authorization to start that process, and then it'll continue on for a number of months here, and then at some point, probably in the summer, we'll have a draft document that would be available for public comment and probably a public meeting to take input before a final adoption on that.
Okay.
Motion? You need a motion then?
Yep.
I'll second.
Motion by Commissioner McBride, second by Commissioner Skoye. Further discussion? Commissioner?
Nathan, I was reading this morning that the state has run into some opposition on their long-range plan.
Yeah,
Some environmental groups have really jumped in on that now.
well, they've had some internal disagreements too
Yep.
with some of the other
That
divisions.
was over the wildlife management areas.
Yeah, so.
What do you foresee? Is there a group going to help in this, or your office can be able to do most of it?
Well, we'll be seeking some
Some
help
input.
from some outside contractors and some of the more sophisticated forest modeling, looking at projecting things out into the future. So, but by and large, I don't foresee any big changes with anything. So I think these revisions every 10 years. I mean, the backbone of the plan was developed 10 years ago, and it's just making sure we're on track with that going forward, and everything is sustainable. And
I think it's been very successful deployment.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
thank you.
Nathan, how's the snow hurting?
It is. There's not a lot of frost out there, especially where the snow hasn't been disturbed. So far, the higher, the aspen type sales, definitely some of the operators are struggling, especially with the amount of snow plowing they have to do. But so far, there's, everything is going, but the loggers have had to put in some extra effort now when it comes time to go to the black spruce swamps and some of the wetter ash swale areas. That may be a different story. So,
Wayne, have you heard some of the guys that they're doing all right?
Yeah, they're behind. I have heard some questioning about extensions and, you know, if they're in a spot and finishing a sale and moving to another one, even though it's not, you know, expiring, and push it back. So I'm sure that we're going to be hearing some of that before. So, but right now, everyone's hoping that it straightens out.
Yeah.
But with another 4 or 5 inches last night, it's not.
It's a lot of snow moving that needs to be done, tramping, pre-tramping, and that type of stuff. So
We're gonna get slush on the lakes too.
Yeah.
all right, thanks.
Thank you.
Environmental service business. Hello, Matt.
Hi. Did we vote that?
Huh?
Did we vote that? Yeah, I guess we did.
Well,
Haven't we seen this guy before?
Somewhere.
Did vote that, right?
I think so.
Yeah, I've written down that we did.
Yeah, we did.
You want what?
Approve repairs to transfer station recycling baler and conveyor belt.
So the baler and conveyor system in the recycling center were installed when we built the transfer station facility approximately 25 years ago. Over the years, ongoing maintenance has been completed on the baler, but not since 2015. We have deferred major maintenance on the conveyor belts. It is now time to make repairs on both the baler and the conveyor belts. R&R Repair LLC, located in Utica, Minnesota, quoted us a price to do this work in the amount of $8,642.57. I also got another quote, just per our purchasing policy, trying to get a couple quotes, and that one came out at $9,588.22, so it was higher. You know, we have the funds in the 2020 budget, and I would recommend going with R&R Repair at the $8,642.57.
Got a motion by Commissioner Pavlik.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Skoye. The baler that's there, is that the original baler?
That is, yeah, yeah.
What does a new baler cost?
So, you know, we're looking at the various products, but 80, you know, over 100,000, you know, could be the cost associated with purchasing new.
It's like more than buying a new truck.
Yeah, they're expensive and they're specialized. They're a specialized piece of equipment. Depends on the model that you get. I think the cheapest one that we saw was in that $80,000 range.
So, so this quote is for maintenance on both items, or is it mostly on the conveyor belt?
It's on both items. Basically they're going to lift that whole baler and make some repairs to both the bottom part of it, because it's been sitting there, and you know, when you bale, there's a lot of moisture that comes down, and eventually it starts to, you know, just rot away.
Some rust.
Yeah, right. So they're going to be doing some welding and some repairs to it. This is the company that actually, this company bought the company that installed this equipment 25 years ago. So,
Sure.
And his dad, the guy that's doing the repairs, his dad was the one that was working on it 25 years ago. So.
We had Nolan here. I can't believe it's been 25 years.
Yeah.
Nolan was here, and I think we burned him out. He took another job after this project. But the fact that this has lasted 25 years, to me, is pretty amazing when you look at the workout thing.
Absolutely, yeah.
Day after day.
Every day it's compressing and creating bales of recycling and other material for us, and it is an amazing item. I mean, there's maintenance that has gone on over the years, but this is this proposed maintenance is a pretty major maintenance item.
So through the years of working with Dave, environmentally, 25 years out of conveyor belt is unheard of. I mean, that's pretty good service.
Yeah, this is a repair. We'll probably end up doing some more things later
You're not
on.
replacing the belt. Just do probably the.
Yeah, there's going to be some repairs.
Splice and
Yeah. So, later on, in a future year, we'll look at some other things out there. But at this point, we need to get the baler up to a certain level. And of course, the conveyor belts are an important part of the recycling process. And so we need to do some preventive maintenance. I mean, it's basically let's make sure it's running in a safe way and operating the system. So
You use that for baling plastic, cardboard, paper,
yes,
tin cans?
yes, aluminum, tin,
Okay.
yeah, any plastic, yeah, everything goes into that baler.
Except for glass.
Glass does not. You can't compress glass any further.
Pretty tough.
So
What is their market for the glass?
we
Pretty weak?
beneficial reuse at our transfer station.
Oh, is it? Okay.
At this point, we
There's
would
no
love.
real market for it.
Well, there are opportunities to maybe mix it with gravel and create a product that could be used in roads. But again, that would be a combination between highway department and our recycling efforts. We have a crusher for the glass.
Right.
That's another item that may be coming
You
to
want glass
talk
on your,
about.
on your roads?
More flat tires?
Well, glass, if it's crushed enough, it's like sand.
Right.
So
Good, yeah.
you have to bring it to a standard. There's a MnDOT standard for that use, and it can be used beneficially reused, and it's something we should look at in the future, but we're not there yet, and that'll come with some expense on the crusher side and processing side of glass, and we need to look at that because our crusher is that old also.
We've talked about it in the past, I mean, because
Yeah.
what it need, especially as it's harder to get rid of the recyclables.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah. Right now, we're using that glass as a beneficial use on our existing roads within our facility. But as time goes on, volumes go up, and the MPCA requires us to continue to use it. So we may have a need to find other solutions. So.
All right.
Nope, yep, you need to call for the question.
That's what I thought. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion is carried.
Thank you.
Thank you, Matt.
The next item is engineering contract expense. In September of 2019, the county board approved the environmental services to enter into contracts with Brown Intertech and Burns and McDonnell for work related to our re-permitting of the transfer station and demolition landfill. Some of the work by Braun and Burns and McDonald was completed within the 2019 budget, but because of unforeseen circumstances related to working with the MPCA, not all the contracted work has been completed. $20,159.67 of the $37,000 budgeted in 2019 was paid. I'm requesting an adjustment of $16,840.33 to the Environmental Services 2020 contracted services budget to pay for the remaining contracted work, which is the amount that was remaining unused in the 2019 budget.
A lot of paper for that.
Yeah, so included in the submittal here was what we've paid out and then just the contract. So just showing you what has been done and what needs to be done. So
Commissioner McBride.
So my question for Jen, that would make a change to our 2019 bottom line you'd have to move that from 2019 over 2020?
Well, it's actually going to increase our 2020 budget for environmental services.
Right.
So it's a budget adjustment for 2020.
but it comes out of, is it out of reserves then, or is how is that?
Yes, it's going to increase the amount that you're using of reserves.
But it's funds that were not expended in 2019 that were budgeted, correct?
Correct.
Move.
Motion by Commissioner McBride.
I'll second, because I know the chairman read every one of those pages.
Got a motion by Commissioner McBride, second by Commissioner Pavlik. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion is carried.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, man.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thanks, Matt.
Now here comes the no votes.
Highway business. Welcome, gentlemen.
I'm just happy Matt didn't bring another pay request for the Island View Sewer project.
He said he was glad you didn't bring a pay request for the Island View Sewer project.
Change here.
Yeah, I'm gonna change it. Add that down there to a D.
We're
Oh,
kind of,
yeah.
we're kind of,
A D.
we're kind of in the skies around here.
Award bid for purchase of budgeted skid steer milling head.
Okay, we met last month. We got approval to go out for getting quotes on this, and we want to purchase basically on the state bid the milling head for $20,086.40. And what we're doing is we had a pickup in the budget, and we're swapping this out for the pickup. We feel that the milling head will be a lot more useful. And currently in the past, what we've done is borrow the one from the International Falls, and we use it for milling asphalt, cutting curbs, culvert replacements, and it's a hydraulic unit that sits on the skid steer.
Okay. Motion by Commissioner Pavlik.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Skoye. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion's carried. Award bid for purchase of budgeted small fleet bed-mounted sander.
Okay, we received authorization about a month ago, and basically we received two quotes, one from Washke, and then we got and one from All Seasons, and we're just recommending we go with the cheaper of the two, is from the one from All Seasons for $5,650. And we'd use this sander on the on the lake roads that are hard to get back into, the bike trails, stuff like that, so we can get a little sander.
This sits in a pickup? Mm-hmm. Okay. Move.
Second. Motion by Commissioner McBride, second by Commissioner Skoye. Further discussion.
As far as Washke, I didn't know they got into that kind of stuff.
They get into they've got plows and stuff.
They do, okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Award bid for purchase of budgeted small fleet liftgate.
Okay, again, we received authorization to look for quotes. We've got two quotes, one from Washke's again, they're into this stuff too. And then we also got an online quote. The difference between those two quotes were small, so we're in favor of just going to Washke's and purchase this Tommy lift for $2,200.
Move. Motion by Commissioner Pavlik, second by Commissioner Skoye. Discussion.
It's a safety issue.
Correct.
It's mostly you guys can move heavy things and
Like
barrels and stuff like that. So yeah, I support that 100%.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Award bid for purchase of budgeted tandem axle plow truck.
I'll leave this one to Trent since it's
Did you read all these vendor instructions?
I had a discussion with Trent on this the other day, and it's kind of interesting.
So at the last board meeting back in December, we requested authorization to go out for quotes on a new tandem axle plow truck. This particular one, we want to stay consistent with what we bought last time. So we went to state bid with Nuss Trucks for a Mack tandem axle truck. The actual chassis itself doesn't seem to be a problem to get. We got the quote for a little over $125,000. That's just chassis, the cab, engine. The accessories, the box, the snow plows and everything, that seems to be a little bit harder to get, and it's not included in this particular RBA. But we went to Towmaster through state bid on the box, snow plows, sander, and Towmaster says they have a lead time with delivery approximately summer of 2021. We don't want to wait that long. We can't wait that long. So I've got additional requests out to another vendor that we've used through state bid, J-Craft, and we should have a quote on that, within the next week, I would say.
And they can deliver quick, right?
Their lead time right now, when I talked to them just before the first of the year, was midsummer, which is a little bit more reasonable. So this particular RBA is just for the chassis through Nuss Trucks, through state bid at that $125,000. And then we have to pay sales tax on motor vehicles. So sales tax would be included, and then a license fee of approximately $75, which brings everything up to 36, slightly over $133,000.
The only thing I detest is paying the sales tax from government.
Yeah.
It's
crazy.
It's unfortunate, but with motor vehicles, we have to.
I'll move.
Got a motion by Commissioner Pavlik. Second by Commissioner Skoye. Commissioner McBride.
So if it was 2021, then I'd say, would we wait to make the purchase? But I mean, the truck is essentially going to sit then, right? I mean, it's just going to be a frame.
So if we went through Towmaster, the truck would sit for a year before they were able to get it.
Which would not make sense to make the purchase.
No.
I mean,
no. So with J-Craft, it would likely sit for a couple months or something. They'd bring it over to their facility and start plugging away on it. We've been happy with the Mack trucks. St. Louis County they've kind of led the way on the Mack trucks. In fact, I read a story today that they have, I think it was 150 plow trucks in St. Louis County.
Oh, they've got a couple extra ones here.
Yeah, and then 40 some motor graders spread throughout their county.
I heard that this morning. 6,000 miles of roads?
3,000.
3,000.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
And the snow doesn't stop here this year for some reason.
No, more to come, sounds like.
A lot of winter left.
I'll hear all about this because I'm heading to St. Louis County. A lot of consternation there.
In fact, tomorrow, we'll be at the new garage.
Yes, yep.
So
Yeah.
maybe there won't be anybody there. There might be picnics there. Who knows?
The snows, I might not be plowing.
The truck itself then is available right away.
The truck itself is available right away, and it's if we're able to get it in with another accessories company, it'd be nice to have it there waiting so they can work on it right away.
Yep. Okay. I've got a motion.
Yep.
Right. Yep. Okay, any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion's carried. And recognition of service and appreciation to Walt Boer as temporary highway maintenance supervisor. We already made a motion to do that, so.
We already said a bunch of bad things about you.
Well, you weren't here.
For your termination.
I'm glad I missed the first part then.
Part-time was enough, huh?
You weren't here this morning then, or earlier, I take it.
No.
Okay.
He missed all the other things we said about him, so.
We had some other employees in recognition, and obviously we have some recognition for Walt and how he stepped up. We were kind of a real kerfuffle there. So I mean, really helped us. And what was it? 4 months, 5 months?
I was close to 6.
6 months?
I mean, May 29th to November 13th.
Okay.
Couldn't have done it without you, period. I mean, the fact that you were willing to step up and take over, we can't thank you.
Thank you. I'm honored to be here.
Appreciate the help.
It was very wonderful. Thank you.
So I was able to work with a number of guys that I never did work with before because I'd been gone for 4 years, and just want to say you've got a really great team there, very talented guys.
And Walt was very helpful although he wasn't in the voting, but he was very helpful in helping us select our new supervisor, and gave us thoughts on that. And we were gonna have Walter Pritchard here today, but he had to run down to one of the shops and deliver some hydraulic fluids.
Understandable.
Again, you've got to be real proud of your team there.
So are you going to step back into retirement mode now, or?
The second retirement is I appreciate it way more than the first one, because after being back to work for almost 6 months again full time, and then now being retired again, yeah, I'm
ready.
And then my wife retired in October,
Yes.
so
Okay.
so and we haven't had any fights yet, so we're
You'd never win a fight with her anyway.
But then also, and Walt has stepped up, and he's a city councilman, and he's working for the city of International Falls hard, and I appreciate him for doing that. And that's
Thank you.
fun, that's lots of fun too.
Airport Commission.
It's been
Experience.
a learning first year curve. I've really learned a lot and feel like I'm a lot more confident in what's happening and knowing what's going on and moving forward. I think from city council standpoint too, I think there's some great things happening in the city, and so it's
Good, thank you.
glad to be part of it.
Thanks for your service to the community.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll say from my standpoint as well, it was very nice to have Walt here over the course of the summer and the fall. To have somebody that had knowledge of our process, knowledge of what the guys do on a day-to-day basis was super for us. I mean, it helped us get through that gap, and then to have Walt here to help train in Walt as well was very significant for us. So.
Yeah, I tried to look ahead to it during in the fall, knowing that we probably wouldn't have a new supervisor until winter comes, to just try to stock up on your cutting edges and make sure that all winter supplies are done with and ready for winter for him. So it worked out well.
Good.
And the truth is, no one could have stepped in and filled that role the way he did. I mean, it's just.
Yeah.
Thank you, Walt.
Thank you.
Thank you, Walt.
Thank you.
Very honored to be here. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Walt.
Thank you.
Worked with you very long.
Well, Walt, it's good to see you again.
Good to see you too.
Anybody here for public comment?
I just have. You still doing auger blades?
Oh yeah.
Now that I can't
Randy
get out
Toms,
fishing much,
931
I'm
Gordon,
not.
Fort Francis.
I'm not
You haven't
going
seen
through
me a
them, so
lot
it's
in the
my-
past
anyhow.
year, but I have kept up with KCC TV, so I want to thank you for that. One of the things I noticed though with KCC TV and them recording your meetings is the audio. I see that there's a new microphone system in there, and it does pick up everything when everyone's doing this with their pens. But I just want to.
When I go like
Yes, I thought it was him.
No, it's me.
I just wonder, is there any way that maybe they can tie into your system in some way, like they do at the Falls Council meeting, directly into your sound system that goes directly into the camera? It might eliminate some of the lack of sound sometimes that I hear over the air.
That's just when we're talking about Randy that we would.
Yeah.
I don't know, Randy, if we can do that or not. And then one of the issues is that these don't work real good.
Yeah.
And we do have to speak up.
Yeah.
And this could be part of the issue too. But I don't know if we can tie in.
I don't know who we'd ask on that. Who does our sound here?
I think we'd have to talk to Jackie.
Yeah, you're talking to 5 guys here that don't know a lot about audio.
Yeah, because I know at Falls City Council, they have the cable that goes directly into their sound system, takes them out from their sound system into their camera. And actually, they just purchased new equipment and that to improve their sound, which has been really beneficial. The other thing, too, is when someone's at the back of the room talking, you can't hear them at all. So
Yeah, a lot of times, we try to get them to come up here,
Yeah.
I wonder if Jackie's available, or we could send her a note.
She's on vacation.
Oh, she's on vacation. So.
It's just something to think
Maybe
about.
we could just send her
It
a
would
note.
improve the sound coming both on the cable side and through the YouTube, which I see a lot. So,
Are you going to be back next week?
yeah, I got my passport things all sorted out. And Donald buzzed me again.
Well, Jackie will be back, so.
And it's worthwhile too, right? Because, you know, I know that there's more and more people are tuning in and watching these, you know, meetings and stuff. And I know the other group too also uses it sometimes when you're off on other things, so you can
Yes.
catch up on the meetings. So
I mean, for me especially, I'm the only guy in our newsroom, and I mean, she covers a lot. So thank you for.
We don't get that up the lake.
You do on internet. Okay, just watch
that's
YouTube.
what you were explaining.
Yeah. You know, and you see people view it because I've noticed that the number of people people watching it online has gone like this with everything that they do. So.
So you just punch in KCC?
Just
We just search it, we can subscribe, so it's right on your.
Yeah, there's a little subscribe button. Click that, and
I'll have to have Carol look at that. I'm totally illiterate. Is it?
Yeah, I talk to a lot of people that watch it on TV.
That is, you know, I've watched even some of the other municipal governments, both in Canada and the U.S. Some of them are also turning to Facebook pages where they're going Facebook Live. So they're showing you these live as they happen. So, I mean, that is becoming some of the norm now for some of these meetings to increase, you know, both involvement from the public that can't get to your meetings on a day like today, for example.
Yep.
And also exposes you to a wider audience, not just within Koochiching County, but across the state into northwestern Ontario, because you guys are talking about us all the time. All the time.
Your ears are ringing.
So,
we are partners, that's for sure.
For sure.
A lot of intermingling.
So thanks a lot.
All right.
thanks.
Thanks, Randy.
Glad you brought that up.
I have one thing that somebody called me about this morning. They didn't feel they could make it in because of the snow, so they asked me if I'd mention it at public comment, and that's the group Indivisible is doing a presentation on global warming on February 22nd from 5 to 7 at Holy Trinity Church. Lee Grimm is going to be doing the presentation, and the presentation itself is called Paris to Pittsburgh, and it's on local communities keeping the Paris Agreement, that
Accords, yeah.
Paris Accord.
Accord, yep. And that one covers it.
When is that?
That's on January 22nd, 5 to 7.
February or January? Did you see?
You said February, I didn't know.
Did I say January? Did I say February?
Yeah.
It's January?
Yeah, I wrote down January.
Okay.
So,
What day is that? Don't worry about it.
Let's see. It's a Wednesday.
Wednesday, okay. Thank you, Jim.
That's what I was trying to find.
But, so that covers that.
Lee makes a very good presentation.
Yep, he does, so. And anyone else here for public comment? Hearing none, I'll ask for a motion to adjourn. Motion by Commissioner Shovlin.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Pavlik. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion is carried.